Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is a recap of what I have said. It's a three-terminal device. One is base, another is collector, another is emitter. We have considered NPN transistor. So three terminals, two junctions. So a transistor is characterized by voltage and currents. Since three terminals, there will be three currents: collector current, emitter current, and base current, and three voltages. What are those? Base to emitter voltage, base to collector voltage, and collector to emitter voltage. Okay, and also you note base to emitter voltage. What does it mean? VBE is equals to VB minus VE. So that is written as VBE. Similarly, VCE means VC minus VE. So today I am going to discuss about the IV characteristics, and in the lab you have to, maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure about it, maybe in your lab you have to draw the IV characteristics of transistor. So IV, out of this out of these two parameters, base current and collector current, base current, collector current, base to emitter voltage, collector to emitter voltage. These two parameters are important. Base to collector voltage is not an important parameter because these two parameters independently control other parameters. So out of these six, four are important: base current, collector current, base to emitter voltage, collector to emitter voltage. Collector current is a function of base current and collector to emitter voltage. That means this is a two junction device. That's why its operation is complicated. Just remember this thing, because if I want to explain this thing, it requires physics of semiconductor devices. So collector current is G is a function of base current and collector to emitter voltage. What does it mean? Collector current is a dependent variable. Collector current is a function of base current and collector to emitter voltage. If you vary base current, then keeping VC fixed, IC will vary. Or if you vary collector to emitter voltage, keeping IB fixed, IC will vary. So this is what is depicted in IV characteristics. This is just like IV characteristics of PN junction diode. The IV characteristic of transistor is also important. So base current is a function of VB. IV characteristics can be divided into two different plots. One is base current is function of VBE. So base current is the input current and base to emitter voltage is the input, because collector current is a function of base current. If you vary base current, collector current will vary. Now, if you look at the input side, this is input. Base current is function of base to emitter voltage and collector current is a function of this. That this is written. This function, this will give you a characteristics which is known as input characteristics, and this will give you another characteristics which is known as output characteristics. So this is shown here. Okay, base current. If you plot base to meter voltage, that is independent variable. It's a function. IB is a function of EB. If you vary this, output current will vary. Okay, so you will have a plot like this. If you, this is similar to your PN junction diode. The current will increase after a certain voltage, that is 0.5 or 0.6. Okay, and this is what another characteristics corresponding to this relationship. IC is function of IB and VC. So output characteristics mean output current normally is taken as collector, output voltage is collector to emitter voltage. So keeping IB fixed, you vary collector to emitter voltage, IC will vary. So this will give you the plot known as output characteristics. In output characteristics, what is plotted? So it's a plot of VCE versus IC. Here also VBE versus IB. Why this is important? In order to understand the operation of transistor, you need to know, you need to visualize the characteristics. देखो ट्रांजिस्टर के बारे में ये कैसे काम कर रहा है, काम कैसे करते हैं, समझने के लिए the IV characteristics जानना जरूरी है, ठीक है? And these characteristics are important for base to for collector to emitter, common emitter mode. Okay, so let's remember one thing. Can you see? Can you see my desktop?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. So there are three modes of BJT operation. Okay. So what are those? Number one, CE mode. Number two, CB mode. Then three is CC mode. CE stands for common emitter mode. Okay, and CB stands for common base mode, and CC stands for common collector mode. Now, in all these three modes, C is common. C stands for common. What do we mean by common? Let me allow to draw a figure. Okay. So let us draw a symbol of the transistor. So this is what? IC. This is IE, and this is IB. Okay. Now, when it is called common base, first start with common base. Common base means base should be grounded. Grounded means it is grounded. Okay. If you make base grounded, then base to emitter junction should be forward bias. Let's say base to emitter junction should be forward bias. Forward means what? This is NPN, N, this is P, and this is N. Can you see it? Hello. Okay. So
Yes,
you
sir.
have to forward this junction. Then you connect. N should be connected to negative side of the battery. Then it will be forward bias. So base to emitter junction is forward bias. Okay. And collector junction should be reverse bias. This is N side. So this should be connected to the positive side of the battery. So you will get this circuit is called common base. Have you got my point? Have you understood? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Common base means base should be grounded and other two terminals voltage will be applied according to what type of or which type of bias you are going to apply. Okay. Now, okay, so let's draw what is this is common base. Now common emitter again, sorry, common emitter means let's draw a transistor. This is collector, this is emitter. Common emitter should be grounded. So let us ground it. You know the symbol of ground is this one. Ground means zero potential. Now base to emitter, this is base, this is emitter and collector. Base to emitter junction should be forward bias. So base is P type NPN. So positive side of the battery should be connected to this and negative should be connected to emitter. So this is what, and you know the collector junction should be reverse bias. So this is NPN, NPN. This is N side. So if you connect a positive battery side of the battery, then it will become reverse bias. So this becomes CE. ठीक है? Oh, sorry. So what I've said, this is CE mode. This common emitter and common base. So you have to understand this common emitter and common base mode. Then this is CE mode of operation. Okay. Now, if you say what should be the common collector, so common collector, it will be same. Only thing you reverse the polarity. So what I said, you do one thing. This is the emitter. It will go up, and collector. This will be grounded because it is common collector. Base should be forward bias. So you have to apply positive side of the battery and you ground it with respect to this. Now this should be forward bias. So N negative will be connected to this and this one. Okay, sorry. Oh, I made a mistake. This collector junction should be reverse bias and this collector junction should be reverse bias. So this is NP. So it will be negative and this will be positive. So N is connected to, am I correct? No. NPN, P side is connected to negative, then and N side connected to positive. So base collector junction becomes reverse bias and this is what N. It has to be forward bias, so negative should be connected and you have to do this. See the difference. If you remember which terminal is grounded and which junction should be forward and which junction should be reverse, then you will be able to draw the common emitter mode circuit, common base mode circuit and common collector mode circuit. Have you understood this? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Or should I? Is it clear? So you see, that's why in order to clarify this, I am spending some time on this and using this whiteboard, because unless and until I write something, I may not be able to draw your attention, isn't it? So next is very important. That is next topic is there are three different regions of operation. A BJT can be operated in three different regions of IV characteristics. There are three different regions of IV characteristics. Okay, there are three different regions of IV characteristics. Number one is active. Then number two is saturation. And number three is cutoff. So this is very important. Very important.
IV means
IV कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स मतलब ये ट्रांजिस्टर का जो ऑपरेटिंग ये जो है ना, दिस इज IV कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स, वोल्टेज वर्सेस करंट. So this can be divided into three different regions. This characteristics can be divided into three different regions. These are known as active, saturation and cutoff. Okay? This is one important. And next is active. Active means active. That's one. Active means okay. So let us write there are two junctions. What are those? J, C, JC, JC and JE. It is better to write JE and JC. What is JE and JC? JE JE is the emitter junction and JC is the collector junction. Okay. So next is, if I say active, active means emitter junction should be forward bias and collector junction should be reverse bias. Okay. Now active, then saturation, SATN, saturation, this will be FB and FB. Then cutoff, cutoff means FB, FB. Can you see it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is very important to remember, and that's why I am putting it in writing. Emitter junction should be forward bias, collector junction should be reverse bias in order to operate the transistor in active region. Okay, if you want to operate the transistor in saturation region, then both the junctions should be forward bias. And if both the forward, sorry, this is the reverse. This is, this will be reverse. So if both the junctions are reverse bias, then it is called cutoff. And there is another option. This is called reverse active. In case of reverse active, this is a special case. In this case, emitter junction is reverse bias and collector junction is forward bias. Okay. So you must remember these facts. So this active, sometimes called forward active, this is actually transistor is operated in 3 different regions. In this region, no, transistor is not operated normally. It has some special application. With this, let's come back to bolo.
How we say active circuit, emitter junction will be forward bias and collector junction will be reverse bias, sir.
Active. And reverse active means it is interchanged. Emitter junction is reverse bias and collector junction is forward bias. What's your question?
How we say in active circuit, Collector junction.
This is how we say.
Yes, sir.
I can't say. Those who discover transistor, they have defined this. I am not defining anything. Okay, God can define. So this transistor is developed, discovered by Bardeen, Brattain, and Shockley. They have defined it. Okay, have you got my point? Yes,
Yes,
or
sir.
no?
Yes.
Why you say A as A? Bolo, what is the answer? Huh?
Because
Because
ये A है.
you are, because you have been taught. Who taught you? Who is taught by some other person? So it has started from where? That is authentic. So forward means it is collector. See, only one reason I can say current should flow from emitter to collector. Emit and collect. But current should not flow from collector to emitter. Emitter to collector. Emits and collect. Isn't it? So that's why forward means the carriers are moving from emitter and collected at collector. But reverse is not happening. The carriers are generated at the collector, they are collected at emitter. This is not happening. It may happen because both it is NPN, this is symmetrical so far as junction is concerned. But the device is constructed in such a way you have to use emitter as emitter, you cannot use emitter as collector. That's why it is called forward active and or reverse active. Is it clear? Okay. Okay. So this is what it is written. Saturation. Saturation, that means if the collector to emitter voltage is within this range, then it is called soft saturation. Deep saturation. Saturation means transistor current is very high. It is behaving as a short circuit. Whenever a circuit is short circuited, its voltage becomes low. So that's why it is called deep saturation. Forget about this exact definition. Actually, this is taken from a book. This is a big book. You may not be able to follow that. Okay, so you remember when a transistor is at cutoff, saturation, the collector to emitter voltage, that is output voltage, becomes very low. Practically, it is 0.2 volt. You take the average of this deep saturation means this one. Now near cutoff. Cutoff means switch off. No current is flowing. See, current is flowing means IC equals to 0 and collector to emitter voltage, it is not written correctly, it should be near about to supply voltage, that I will show. Here, say active region is VB is forward bias, base to collector is, that is collector junction is reverse bias, and under this condition, this is valid, IC equals to beta IB. And look into this. This shaded region is the saturation region, okay, and the region below 0 microampere, this below this is cutoff region, and rest of the region is active region. Have you got my point? This shaded region is near this. This is saturation. This white color area up to just above 0 microampere is active and below 0 microampere is reverse. Now, see, cutoff means base to emitter is reverse bias, collector junction is also reverse bias, base current is 0, collector current is 0. If you look into this, if base current is 0, collector current is 0. So all these required to do some mathematics. Okay. So here it is written, cutoff means base current is 0, collector current is 0, and emitter base junction is reverse bias, and this VD0 reverse bias means you have to apply a voltage less than VDO 0.6 volt. What is 0.6 volt? This is the voltage to be applied to for conduction of our diode. So if the voltage this is this one, then it will be reverse bias, emitter base. Active means emitter base junction forward, collector base junction reverse. Deep saturation means emitter base is forward bias and collector base this will be forward bias also. This is written in a wrong way. Okay, I will rectify this thing. In case of transistors, certain convention is followed. What are those? A subscript RC, RB, RE, capital R, suffix C means these are the components. VBB, VBB means base supply. VCC means DC supply. Collector. Double suffix means this is indicate source. Now cutoff means valve closed, switch is closed, switch off. Active means valve is open, that means in that case IC equals to 0, or cutoff means switch off, and active means valve is partially open, and partially open means current will be flow will be there. Valve closed means switch off, no flow will be there. So you just compare the transistor with the flow. It's a control valve. If you close it, no flow will be there. If you open the valve, flow will be there. So cutoff means no flow of liquid in a pipe. So that is valve is closed, switch off. Active means partially open. Saturation means fully open. And you have to remember these facts. IC equals to 0. In active region, you can consider IC equals to beta IB. And in saturation, IC should be less than beta IB. Okay, so these are important for working out certain problems. I will show you. Okay, before I solve this, let's come to this one. Okay, not this one. I'm opening a software. Can you see it? Can you see my desktop?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now I will show you certain in the yesterday you have used virtual lab. Okay, and this is also a similar sort of thing. Can you see? This is I'm using NI.
Yes,
And
sir.
before that, NI. Are you familiar with this? Have you heard this name? Most probably not.
No, sir.
कहाँ देखे हो?
सर दिशा दिशा नहीं है.
अच्छा देखो. This is the circuit to amplify in your syllabus. There is a topic transistor as an amplifier. Okay, so I have drawn this. This circuit can easily draw, just show you a place component, and I choose transistor. Now I choose a particular transistor 2N2222. Then okay, then place it. That's all. Now you choose a resistor. Resistor means it is under basic. Okay, you can choose it from here. So basic resistor. Now you choose 1K. Okay, so it will be like this. Now you want to connect it with this. Now make it vertical. Right click. Rotate 90 degree. Now move it near to this and just left button click and draw this. Connect with this one. So resistance will be connected to this. This is how I have constructed the whole circuit. Okay. Now here there are instruments. Multimeter, function generator. Are you familiar with multimeter? With multimeter, you can measure voltage, current, resistance, capacitance, inductance, the other parameters also. And function generator, it is used to generate different signals: sine wave, square wave, triangular wave. And wattmeter, you can measure power. And this is oscilloscope. In oscilloscope, you can display waves. Okay. Are you familiar with these instruments? Have you seen it? Have you heard the names? Or have you handled? Mono. Out of whatever I told you, हेलो
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
हमें बोलो ये इंस्ट्रूमेंट देखे हो कभी सुने हो
Multimeter, sir.
हाँ
Yes, sir.
हैंडल किए हो
तो शायद ये बेसिक इलेक्ट्रिकल के लैब में था सर।
हाँ क्या क्या था मल्टीमीटर था और
सर वो मीटर था सर, मीटर था।
वोल्ट मीटर एमीटर वो था वो छोड़ो ऑसिलोस्कोप था
नो सर।
अच्छा ऑसिलोस्कोप ऐसे एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट है उसमें वेव डिस्प्ले हो सकता है साइन वेव ट्रायंगुलर वेव और फंक्शन जनरेटर भी नहीं हुआ फंक्शन जनरेटर से यू कैन जनरेट साइन वेव स्क्वायर वेव ट्रायंगुलर वेव different type of waves and you can vary the frequency and amplitude. Now you know the what is the purpose of amplifier? Amplifier amplifies the signal. What is amplification? Amplification is nothing but amplification means the signal at the input is multiplied by a constant factor. That means suppose you have applied a signal peak to peak value of 1 volt. If you want to amplify it by 10 times, then output peak to peak value will be 10 into input. Gain multiplied by input, that will be the output. See here, I am giving a sine wave here. Can you see it? This is a function generator. It is generating sine wave 1 kilohertz. Amplitude is 78 millivolt peak. And this is an oscilloscope. Oscilloscope, it has two channels. One channel is displaying, channel B is displaying the input signal, input to this amplifier, and channel A is displaying the output from this amplifier. Now if you run it, you will see this one. Can you see? Can you visualize this thing? You will find two signals. One is small, another is large. Is it okay? Smaller one is the input signal, larger one is the output signal. Then what does it mean? Bolo. This is how you can do practical at your sitting with your laptop. This is actual software to be used for practical purpose. But it's a pirated one, so that's why I cannot prescribe this thing. I can suggest this software for you. But in my class, in between, I am going to use this one. Okay. Is it okay? This is the transistor as an amplifier. Now, see, you go on increasing, decreasing voltage, input voltage, say output voltage will also decrease. Can you see? I am decreasing input voltage, output voltage is decreasing. If you increase input voltage, then output voltage will increase. This is the function of amplifier. Have you understood? Now, how I have designed this thing? Now the question is, you may ask, how this circuit is designed, how this circuit is operating, why I have connected this 1 ohm, all these resistances. I will explain all this thing later on. Okay? Now let us close it down. Close. Let us open another. Now tell me in which mode the transistor is operated. Can you tell me? What is my objective? My objective is to draw the output characteristics of amplifier. Which one? Just now I have shown you, this is the characteristics. This characteristics. So this is given in the theory, but I want to find this practically. Then how to do that? What I am doing? This is a transistor. What I am going to do? I will set this the base current. This is this will be this current. Okay, this current is fixed to certain value. Let's say 20 microampere. And what I am going to do, I am going to vary this collector to emitter voltage, and I want to plot collector to emitter voltage versus collector current for a particular value of 20 base current. Now how to do this? Simulate here. Okay. Then analysis simulate. So I want to vary DC value. Okay. Collector meter voltage varying from 0 to 5 in a step of 0.01. Base current is varying up to 0.0002 ampere. What does it mean? 0002 ampere means how much microampere? 0.0002 ampere. What does it mean in terms of microampere? कितना होगा? कितना 2
-2
अरे भाई कितना माइक्रोएम्पियर होगा ये सीधा सीधा बताओ।
20 होगा सर,
20 होगा। हाँ 20 होगा या 200 होगा?
20 होगा।
हाँ इसका मतलब क्या है? 2 डिवाइड बाय 1000 0.0002 का मतलब क्या है? 2 डिवाइड बाय 100 okay, so micro means 10 to the power -6. You multiply numerator by 100 and numerator denominator by 100. How much it is coming? 200 divided by numerator will be 10 zeros, 6 zeros, isn't it? So it is 200 microampere. Okay, so see what I am doing. Can you see it? Isn't it exactly same as a car which is shown in the theory? Yes or no? Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Is it clear? So this is for a base current 0, this one, red color. Then green for base current, I am increasing in a step of 20 microampere. So that's why total 10 number of characteristics are there. Let us change it. Let us change it. So simulate analysis. The value is 40 microampere. Then run. How many it has come? 40 into 5, 200 microampere. So you are getting only how many characteristics? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one is different for base current 0. And because I have started from 0, so this is 40, then 20, 40, 80, and so on. Thus, this is how. So this is the way you can, whatever you are learning from there, if you use software, your understanding will be much better. If you have any question, you have any question, you can ask me, or if you don't have any question, then it's okay. ठीक है?
सर
हाँ बोलो।
सॉफ्टवेयर कौन सा?
सॉफ्टवेयर है ये तुम्हें दिखा है ना, मल्टीसिम वर्जन 14.1।